Hello guys, um, welcome in this part where we just ended with dealing in the previous part. We were able to save citizen, we were able to deal with some error that can be raised, and then we have tried to fix that. So in this part now we're going to make sure we're able to to save the vaccination into the database. So without taking much time, let us go on, start to go to the work. Let's go, let's make job to be accomplished. Okay, this is the task we're going to do right now. So now the thing we're going to do, we're done with the citizen registry, we're done with the registration of the citizen. Now if we try to go the vaccine registry, we need to make sure we're able to save the citizen. Okay, you can see we have citizen ID, we have vaccination brand, also we have vaccination date. Okay, so we just need to make sure when we learn this file, we're going to have the information come first from database that holds the citizen information. That means whenever we execute or we learn this file, it's going first to learn this kind of the method, so that's going to add the ID of the citizen in this one, okay, in this kind of the combo box. That's the work we're going to do. That's the job, the task we're going to accomplish in this one. Also on the vaccination brand, we're going to have other class that's going to be, do you remember on our Java class, we have an enumeration called the vaccine brand. I'm going to hold Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca. This is the one that's going to be an enumeration class. We're going to call this one so that you can save this one. So we're going to start step by step. The first one, we're going to make sure we're no longer having issue with the server. Let us put the end of the server configuration. Then when we're done with the server configuration for the RMI, now we go ahead, we got the client side, we've done each and everything from here. So unless if we come up with another thing. So in the previous part, I give you an assignment where we were supposed to create, as we did on the citizen implementation on the server side, also you create some way so that you can know exactly how to communicate with it. So now we're going to have vaccine implementation from here. It has got the vaccine implementation. The same thing is going to extend unicast remote exception, remote object. Also, after having this one, let us have a constructor public vaccine implementation, and then it's going to be the constructor that throw the remote exception. And then we do have this one. You can have this kind of the super, all of it is fine. After having this one, you got the server side. On the server side, they're going to have also a private vaccine control space vaccine implementation, and then it's a vaccine implementation post semicolon. Now we come here, we say this dot vaccine implementation is going to be to the new vaccine implementation. We're good from here. Now from this one, we're going to create a new bind for this one. We're going to say registry dot rebind is allowed. We're going to put say vaccine, and then it's going to be new server dot vaccine implementation, and then post semicolon. We go. That means on the vaccine side, they're going to use keyword for the vaccine so that we know exactly what you're doing with. Also on the citizen, we use this one. That's all, nothing else. Okay, now we save. So after saving this one, now the thing we're going to do, we're going to come here on the vaccine registry. On the vaccine registry, we're going to make sure we don't have anything from here. You can go ahead and remove each and everything. You go to the properties. You can just go here and remove each and everything, then click close. Also the same as on the vaccine brand, it has got the properties of it. Remove all item, and then click close. So we're going to start with the vaccine brand. We are going to create an enumeration class that holds those kind of the information. So let us come here, let us have right click on this one, let us go to the other, we're going to create Java enumeration class. Go to the Java, you can see we have Java enumeration. Click this one, click next, and then we're going to call it, in question they're saying that it's called Vaccine Brand. That means we're going to call Vaccine Brand, and then click finish. This is going to be an enumeration class. You see, we do have this one, and then after having this one, after having an enumeration class, now we're going to create a way so that it's going to know exactly what to call, what to do, nothing else. Okay, so we're going to have this kind of we're going to have, how many of them we have? Pfizer. That means we have Pfizer, comma, just put this one, nothing else. If I write it where just F, not H. Pfizer, we have even Moderna. Just come here, say Moderna, comma. Lastly, we do have AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca, I do hope it's like this way, okay? We have Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca, then save. You're done by creating an enumeration class. That's interesting. So now we're going to come here. We're going to go in source. Let us go to the source file, this one. We're going to come here. We're going to generate our own code. Let us say generated. Generated. Is this generated or our own modification? So these are our own methods. So we're going to have private. Doesn't have to return anything. We're going to say add. We're going to add the combo. They're going to add item under the vaccine brand. Okay. Add item. Vaccine. Let us say that's vaccine brand item. Let us add vaccine brand item. Okay, and then we don't have to put anything there. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to say private void add vaccine brand. The first one, I'm going to grab the name of this one. Let us check the name, variable name. The variable is called the brand combo. Say now we're going to come here. We say brand combo. The first one, we're going to remove each and everything. Okay, dot remove all item that can be there. Okay, let us first remove all items. After removing all items, now we're going to add the items in there. Okay, of course we're going to create a thing that's going to iterate under that kind of the brand we do have there. So you can see I'm going to show something. You can also, you can make it simple. You say dot add item. You can add item in simplest way. You can come here. Now how am I going to grab the some data? So I would like to have some enumeration class. Our enumeration class is called vaccine brand. You can say vaccine brand, because then the same, then you say dot Moderna, Pfizer, and then you say dot to string. We convert to string. We good. That's how you can add this kind of the item in simplest way. Okay, or you can create the list of them and then you can get them. Okay, that's all of the things that can work. You can even go ahead and do the enumeration class. You create your own list that is going to hold all the information, then you return it. Okay, now you can go ahead. I'm going just to copy this one for the case of the time, and then it's no longer the Pfizer. Now is going to be Moderna. Also, this one is no longer. This one is going to be AstraZeneca. We're good from here. But after this one, we need to call this method. It has called this method as long as it's done with initial component. Those kind of the initial component, those are the things of the design. It's going to show also this kind of the information. Let's try to run the file to see what's going to happen. If we run the file from here, you see, now you can see we have Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca. By default, they're going to be retrieved from database. I mean for the enumeration class. Now we're going to configure also for the citizen ID. We're going to configure so that wherever we execute this kind of the thing, is going to, we execute or we run this kind of the class, is going to call the ID information of the citizen database. Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to have also another method. Another method is going to be called private void add citizen ID item in combo box. Okay, let us call like this way. Doesn't have to return anything. Of course, we're going to make sure that's what to know exactly this one. It does have the variable name is called citizen combo. We good. Now you can say citizen combo. We first remove each and everything. Dot remove all item. This because wherever even we save the citizen, we're going to call again this kind of the combo box. This just to make sure we don't miss anything. So after removing all items, now we're going to add the item, but where the item is going to come from? It's going to come from the database. That means I want to first try and catch, because we're going to do things on remote things, exception, and then exception.print stack trace. Okay, great. Now we have the things here. Okay, great. Now we are going to have a registry, the same process, control space, be imported automatically, registry, and then it's going to be locate registry dot get registry, and then we put it's going to be 127.0.0.1 comma the one is going to be 87,000. That's the port we're listening to. So we're going to have the interface called the vaccine. Of course, do you remember we just forgot to put those kind of the serializable thing? We're going to do that, right? So we're going to have vaccine interface. It does have vaccine interface. We have interface right here. Interface, and then say we're going to use the registry dot lookup. What the key we're going to look up? Remember on the server we just put the lookup called the vaccine. That's the one we're going to look. But remember for this one, because we're dealing with the citizen, it know exactly is going to check for the citizen. That means we're going to call the citizen one. That's the one we need, okay? Because those kind of the information come from there. Also, we need to do typecasting. You can, of course, I'm just messed out this big. We need to use the citizen interface instead of the instead of the vaccine one, okay? Because we're going to call information come from the citizen, okay? You don't have to mess, guys. To mess up, I mean. Okay, we're good to go from here. So after having this one, now we need to retrieve the information, the list of the information, okay? Because under this kind of the citizen interface, we're going to get all citizen. That means we're going to return the list of the citizen, okay? So let us back under the citizen registry. We're going to have list of citizen, the class called citizen, if it comes from model, okay? And then you say citizen, that's called citizen list, okay? And then you're going to use interface dot get our citizen. Now we grab all the citizen, okay? Now we need to import this one from java.util. After importing now, we just need to make sure we're going to iterate through this kind of the list, okay? Now we're going to create an iterator. I'm going to say iterator comes from java.util. Iterator, I'm going to say iterator, and then it's going to be citizen list dot iterator, and then say while. I want to say while iterator has something dot has next. If it say have something, now we need to use that kind of thing so that we can add those kind of the item to the combo box, okay? So now we're going to because this one is going to have the class of the citizen, that means I'm going to have citizen like this way, and then it's going to form the iterator dot next. Of course, they're going to say that this one cannot be object cannot be converted to the to the citizen. Now we need to do what calls the typecasting. We're done from here, and then wherever we have this kind of citizen, now we're going to add to the citizen combo, okay? We're going to come say citizen combo dot add item. Which item we're going to add? We're going to add the item come from citizen dot this kind of the object dot get citizen ID. That's all, okay? We grab the citizen ID and then we go to go. When we're done with everything. Okay, that's how we just interacting with this one. Let us try to call this kind of the citizen item from here. Also, after having this one, let us call it also. Okay, now let us try to run the program to see what's going to happen. Of course, you have to first to make sure the server is running. Of course, if you mess up, they're going to say you cannot find the server. Okay, let's first quit each and everything from here. Now let us go ahead and run the server. Let's go to the server side. Let's run the server. Server is being written on that kind of the port. Now let us go to the vaccine here. Let us run the file. Try to see what's going to happen. You can see first it's just retrieving data from database first. Okay. After retrieving data, now it's going to first to be displayed. You can see now I have only one citizen because it's the one just at there. You can see that's how we interact with things. It's wow, that's somehow cool. Yeah, that's a great thing. So even though if we go again, we try to save other. Let us try to save. To call under the citizen registry. Let us run this file again to save other guy. Let's try to save that one. Let us say test and then provide some information there. Register. It's going to be registered. After being registered, let us call the vaccine registry. Let's run the file. Of course, you can see just going to execute the things. You can see we have more than one. You see, just being the good things. Okay. Now you can see we just done with this one, also the Pfizer we just done with this one. Even you can choose date, we can choose date to say 7. Now we need to, when we click on save, you can see nothing being happen. We just need to configure now save button. Okay, great. Now before we move on, we need to avoid that kind of the error for the animation that can be raised. We're going to make sure all the model class we do have to be implemented serializable as we did in the previous part. So we're going to do the vaccination, this kind of the vaccination one. We're going to implement serializable. Also, note on that both model. Both model, we're going to say implement serializable. Okay. There's something I just forgot somehow. You can see this one is just adding all citizen, doesn't matter, but we just need to call non-vaccinated citizen. That's the one we need to call, only that. So that means if they're on the one we need to call, let us try to see if we have an interface for that one, for the citizen. Get citizen by ID, get all citizen. You can see this one is just getting all citizen. Also, we can go ahead, we get all vaccinated and non-vaccinated citizen, you see? Because we're going to use that, we are going to need that one. We can have a method, an interface that's going to do that things, but let us make it simple. We can come here, we say if citizen dot get is why we're not able to see is it vaccinated. Try to see this one on the model class. You can see is vaccinated. Okay, it's called is instead of the get. That's interesting. Okay, interesting. It don't miss anything. It has dot is it vaccinated? This one is going to return either true or false. We're going to check does it equal? Does it equal that's equal to true. You can check that's equal to true. I mean, if it's equal to true now, I mean it's equal to false. If it's equal to false, we're good. That then we can add that kind of the item. That means, you know, whenever we just call a patient by default, when we're registering a patient, we're just making sure. Let me show you something on the where is the citizen registry. See this one. On registering, we just say set is vaccinated to false. That means by default is false. That's the value we're setting there. So that means if it's false, that means he's not vaccinated. We're good to do that, thanks. But when we just vaccinate the citizen, we're going now to update this one to be true. That means whenever we execute or run, it's not going to be visible on that kind of the thing. Okay, now let us really make sure we go to go the things. We're done with the serializable this one. Also, are we done with this one? Okay, we go to go. Now we're going to have the vaccine registry. Now we're going to configure this one. I'm going to configure this guy. Okay, we're going to save this guy so that it's going to be saved automatically. Of course, we're going to surround it with try and catch. Okay, all exception that can be raised. Okay, now I'm going to come here. We say exception.print stack trace, and then you can say registry. The same process is going to be registry. And then it's going to be locate registry dot get registry 127.0.0.1, and then you say, and this one is going to check for the, remember on the server, so this guy is going to check for the vaccine one, vaccine, and then you just do like this way. After having this one, oops, it's not this one. This one is just for the port. We'll just now we're going to use the vaccine interface. For the interface, say interface, and then it's going to be registry dot lookup. Now we're going to look up the vaccine one. Also going to do typecasting to be a vaccine interface. Now, after having this one, we're going to create a constructor to grab all the information of the vaccination. Okay, we're going to say vaccination comes from the model. Control space again, vaccination model, and then you say vaccination, and then it's going to be new vaccination. Okay. We're good to go like this way, and then you can say vaccination dot. We need to set citizen ID. Where the citizen is going to come from? It's going to come from the combo box. Okay, it's going to come from the combo box. Citizen combo box dot. We need to get selected the item, and then we convert to string. Okay, we convert to string. That we good. That's how we do the things. Okay. Now after having this one, what's the error we do have from here? Oops, they're saying that string cannot be converted to citizen. This is the reason why we have those things of the many to many. I don't remember if we still have the thing, guys. I may try to see what do you have from here. It's called private citizen. Okay. That's the good. That's good. If we have that one like that way, didn't we change on the server on the vaccination one? Didn't we say, you can see we just changed this one, but we forgot to implement that one. Okay, just let us go here. It's called citizen final key actually under the vaccination. This is the good thing actually. Allow me to delete this one, and then it has self-delete. Cancel. Okay, that will just read. Okay, and then let us just copy this one so that I'm not going to do edit and that kind of thing. I hope this one has been configured previously, right? Each and everything. Oops, we just need to remove this kind of the ID because this kind of, it is an entity. Also this one is not needed. Just make sure we have the same thing, right? Even don't need this one because this, it is an model class without entity things. Okay, I just copy each and everything we have on the server side, then we just have add it down there. So now it has have let us try to see. Now it's called set citizen foreigner key, right? You can see that's the simplest one. Of course, that one, how can you do that things? When you have that one, you can go ahead and create first the construct of the citizen. After setting the information, now you pass that information to this one. You're done. That's how you do the things only. So now let us have vaccination.set. We need to set the ID, but this kind of the ID is being generated. Don't do anything from here. We're going to set vaccination brand. So I'm going to use is it brand combo? It's called brand combo. Okay, brand combo, and then dot get selected item dot toString. Okay, we're good to go. So before we save for that, I want to show something. If you're going to save for that, there's a good practice where you can first implement what you call simple date format, or you can format so that you can have only date than nothing else. Okay, you can have what you need only. So you can have what you call I'm going to show something simple. I need to do simple date format. I'm going to say format is going to be new simple date format, and then I specify exactly the format I need to use for the date. Let's say I need the day, month, and then yeah, it's more later, like this way. That means in database it's going to be saved like that way. Okay, that's how it's going to be saved automatically. So now I can come say here we can come here, we say we can have now date that's going to be used to use this one. Let us have vaccine dot set vaccination date. Can you see we do have this kind of the date. Now you can have exactly the formatted one. Does make it simple like this way. I can complicate things. We say new date, then specify. Okay, it's a good thing. It does not complicate the things. Let us have date, and then say date's going to be new date. Of course, this one is going to be equal to the date that has been formatted, so that we can use that one, so that we can have date format. So let us try to see. Do you remember? Let us first have import this kind of the date from Java util date. The date combo is called, this one is called, let's try to see, change variable name is called vaccination date combo, or it will be the vaccination date, and then you can say format, and then you just put, give me a sec. Okay, just have date, vaccination date. We just grab the date. This one can work, but we just need to make sure. We need to grab the exact this kind of the dates to be used this kind of the format. You can have say format. Of course, they're going to say do the something dot format. Oops. I'll try to change something so that we can have, let us use simple date format like this way. Simple date format, yes, it is CDF, simple date format. And then you can come here, you say, of course we can come here, you say CDF automatically, simple date format, you say dot format, can format automatically. Then I put the date comes from where? It's come from the vaccination date dot get date. So we go to go, just remove this one. Okay, let me try to see. Okay. Oops, the vaccination date, is it a string? Interesting. What did we do on the vaccination one? Oops, it is a date. And then we can change something else. Let's have okay, good. Let me just make sure it has do like date is going to be equal to the new date. You can grab like this way, and then okay, without wasting time. And then you can use now this kind of the date to be like this right here, as simple as that. So now it was somehow hectic. So now let us try to use the interface we do have from here. Interface dot vaccine register, and register the vaccination. So now we part the vaccine. Okay, but of course remember, wherever we vaccine register, when we citizen being vaccinated, we need to update also the citizen who is being vaccinated to change to be, that means it's vaccinated. Okay, that means we need to come here. I want to say we're going to create citizen. It's going to be citizen. Okay, now we're going to have new citizen, and then we come here, we say citizen.set. I'm going to set something. I'm going to set ID. The set ID come from the foreigner key. It's going to come from exactly the, you can even grab the vaccination.get. You can, because we have already set that one, or you can go ahead and say the citizen combo, the one that is being selected, citizen combo dot get selected item. Of course, it's going to be the same to string after having this one. And then we can even set is vaccinated to true. Now that means say this guy has been vaccinated. Okay, now that means you're not going to look up only this one, also you're going to look up the vaccine too. Allow me to copy this one because it is too much of things. I'm going to come here, put this one here, and then we're going to say here we're done with this one, and then we're done with this one. Set date, we update, we just do like this way. After saving, now we update the citizen. Okay, by using this interface for the citizen, we say dot update. Now we're going to update citizen. Okay, because the update is already there, and then I do semicolon. So now we can have let us have string feedback, and then you can come say job option pen dot show a message, or say citizen with ID, this one being vaccinated. Okay, I don't remember, I think it's like that way. And then you can say with ID, we can specify exactly the ID of the who is being vaccinated by putting plus, and then you can say vaccination.get the citizen final key. Okay, so now we go to go. This is going to be the interesting thing. Now let us go. Let us run the server. Of course, the server we didn't change anything. I think we changed something. Let us just quit. We'll run the server. Now let us, of course, before we end this one, we need to make sure wherever we're done with saving this one, and when the end user done with this one, we need to update the combo box of the citizen. Okay, now we need to call actually we need to call this kind of the method wherever we're done. Wherever we're done, we need to call that kind of the method. Okay, you can call that kind of the method down here. That means we just remove all item, we add the one that being comes as not vaccinated. That's great things. That's the great approach. The first one is just retrieving data from database for the vaccinated one. So let us choose this guy. You can see we have this guy and this one. Let us choose this one. Let's say has been vaccinated with this one. Let us choose date. Say has been vaccinated today. Then let us save. Okay, illegal argument, something happened on save button. What happened? We have that issue. We're having that issue. Okay, let us try to make it simple. I will just show you if for the get that you can specify other format later. Let us just save this one. Let us comment this one so that we don't continue having this kind of the error. Okay, now let us try to see what's going on behind the scene. Or which one are we calling? This one. Let us quit this one. Okay, this one, that's the one has issue. Okay, we good now from here. Let us choose the other guy. Say has been vaccinated, the modema today. Today's date. Now click save. You can see citizen has been vaccinated with the ID. This guy with the ID has been vaccinated. Click OK. Now if you see, can you see now we only remain with only one ID from here after calling that one. You can see that's the thing. That is working. It is working. Now if you try to go and the service from here under the vaccination, you try to view the data. You can see we have the ID for this one. This guy has been vaccinated with this kind of the modema, and the vaccination date was done today. Not only that, also if you try to go to view the data from these citizens, you can see of course there's something you can see when you are trying to update. We have citizen ID, we are just having some null value. You know what? How can you detect this one? How can you this one so that you don't have null value? I'm going to show you this one, how you can implement this one. You can see we just roll some data, right? In case this happen, there's something you need to do. Let us go to the DAO for the citizen DAO under the update. Under the update, you can see under the update, we're just trying to update automatically the citizen. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to find first the citizen by ID. You can see we have get citizen by ID. I'm going to call this guy. Where first we're going to check it as get citizen by ID, and then it pass the ID come from a citizen dot get citizen ID. We first get the citizen ID we specified for the update, and then try to see. Oops. It's going to know exactly what to do. Okay, it's going to return that kind of the citizen. After returning the citizen by using the ID, now I'm going to say if citizen isn't equal to null, that means it holds some data. If it holds some data, now we go to save. Okay, now I'm going to say citizen dot. We're going to set something. Now we're going to set either if is updating some information. For example, if we are going to update citizen for that kind of that kind of action for the modem and so on, that means you can see if we have the ID, we can grab exactly which value to update. Okay, so allow me to do things in simplest way. Let us say we are going to have update only when we want to we can make sure those things. We can actually call the action. What you're going to do? Are you going to update for vaccine 1? What are you going to do? So that means if this guy has been found, we can go ahead. Let us say, because we are just doing with the vaccination 1, let us set the vaccine because the one that's having the issue. Then now we're going to say citizen dot get is, no, you say is vaccinated. This is the one we are just using, and then after that one we can now update. Can say here, now we update by passing the citizen with all the information, nothing else. We good from here. So now that's how we can update unless if something happened. So let us try to refresh the server. I'm going to show something. Let's try to refresh the server. Let us of course create another citizen. Let's create citizen 1 citizen so that we can end this kind of the information. Let's register this guy. Just say Wela, and then so that's phone number, provide some phone number, and then the guy will be registered automatically. Of course, just trying to learn data self successful. Now let us try to learn the vaccine registry. Of course, we're going to have 2 datas by default. Okay, you can see we do have some 2 datas because there are 2 of them that are not vaccinated. Let us choose the first one that says it's going to have AstraZeneca has been vaccinated, let us say yesterday, and then you can click save. With this ID has been vaccinated, you can see we just now remaining with only 1. Now let us try to go for the service, try to see if now the issue has been resolved. Let us try to view the data. You can see we good now. Oh sorry, it was on the citizen. That was quick. Okay, you can see now we just update this guy. That means you can see it is true with tick, but we no longer having null issue. You see, we no longer have a null issue. It is working. So we just we just did too much of things in this video. We just configured we tried to configure for the vaccine registration. You first retrieve data from database, you add the enumeration class to the combo box, and then after retrieving those data from database, you were able to save data to database. But before saving the vaccination 1, also we need to update the citizen table. This is the information that we know exactly who's been vaccinated or not. So that's all for this one. So thank you guys. See you in the next part. We're going now to deal with the tables by retrieving those data to be displayed in tables. You can go ahead and try that one before so that you can implement that things later on. Thank you all.